If you're anything like me, you've probably seen a sea of blue bikes at the track and on the trail. Yamaha sells a lot of bikes, but I can't for the life of me figure out why they're not absolutely crushing KTM right now, especially with KTM having all their financial troubles. We're talking the YZ125s, the YZ250s, the YZ250Xs, but these are 20-year-old bikes. They haven't really done anything to them since about 2006, so why are they keeping them around? They must sell a few of them, and here's how they could literally crush KTM and GasGas and Husqvarna. They could murder them with just a few small changes. The real question is, how many of them are they selling in the US? And as far as I can tell, we don't know. Hey, before I get too deep into this video, if you like this content, please use the links for Rocky Mountain ATV down in the video description. Once you click on that link, or you go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com, and say shop Rocky Mountain ATV, you can buy anything they sell, and it helps support the channel, and that's the only reason we're still having this conversation. So thank you so much. Use that link, and let's get back to this video. Let's have a reality check. No one knows how many bikes that Yamaha is actually selling outside of Yamaha headquarters. I can't figure that number out, or the exact count. They don't publish that level of detail for the US, at least not for the 2-strokes and the 4-strokes. But they do sell a crap ton of motorcycles. What do we know? Globally, we know that Yamaha sells millions of motorcycles a year, but that includes scooters and sport bikes and the dirt bike segment. When it comes to motocross, Yamaha is consistently one of the top sellers in the US, and it's right there with Honda and KTM and Kawasaki as well. So let's talk about the 2-stroke story. The YZ has been around for decades, and they've hardly changed it, and it's basically just been the YZ125 and the YZ250. They're race proven, they're simple to maintain, they're still carbureted, they're lightweight, they have a loyal fan base. You don't keep a bike in production for 20 years if it's not good, and there are millions and millions and millions of aftermarket parts out there for them. It's just like there's a whole industry behind the YZ250, like seriously, and the YZ125. And now the 125X and the 250X. But here's where it gets interesting. See, Yamaha is still basically selling the same YZ250 2-stroke that they were 15 and 20 years ago, with only just a couple little minor updates that are not even worth talking about. I mean, there's no electric start, there's no 6-speed transmission, there's no modern chassis from their latest motocross bikes, there's no hydraulic brakes. I mean, there's very, very little. And elephant in the room, there's no 300cc big bore option that goes head to head with KTM and GasGas and Husqvarna and Beta and Sherco. Other companies are making that dang thing. They're making these kits to make your 2-stroke, your 250 into a 300, and Yamaha would murder it if they just had a YZ300, and especially if they put some of these additional things into it. Electric start being the first one, 6-speed transmission being the second one. I'm not even saying you need to make the thing fuel injected, because I think there's a huge market of people that still want the simplicity and the lightweightness of a carburetor. So I'm not even saying you have to have fuel injection, but those things would absolutely smash KTM if they did, especially right now where KTM's having all this financial trouble. I don't get it. So you got this proven YZ250 motor, keep the 250. And then also bore it out and give a 300cc displacement option, give it electric start, put the same transmission that you've got in the YZ250 FX, you already have it. And you would, and then put your latest motocross frame that is in your YZ450F and your YZ250F, and okay, you might have to redesign your motor just a little bit to fit into these new chassis, but you could totally do it, and it would be killer. You would dominate in the off-road market. It's the exact formula that KTM has been using to clean up the enduro space for years, and Yamaha it's like this, the path is paved for them. I don't get it. I mean, if you talk to a lot of dealers, they'll tell you that when YZ hits the floor, it doesn't last long. So imagine if Yamaha were to move in this direction and finally give riders, especially in the off-road and enduro segment, the bike they've been asking for, especially, which is a race-ready 300cc 2-stroke with electric start. That would kill. So I want to hear from you down in the comments and in email. If Yamaha were to release this fully updated 300cc 2-stroke with electric start and a 6-speed gearbox tomorrow, would you buy it? Or would you just want them to stick with the classics? There's a ton of Yamaha fanboys out there, and I'm one of them. I really love Yamaha motorcycles, and I started out with the Yamaha on this channel, and I started out with the Yamaha Banshee, and I had a Yamaha Warrior back in the day. I think Yamaha is an amazing company, and I think they need to make this bike. So we might not know the exact sales numbers from anything that I can see, but we do know that Yamaha has the power to make two-strokes unstoppable and ensure two-strokes into the future, and I'm calling on them to freaking do it. The question is, will they pull the trigger? And as always, leave a single track. You know what I think I might do? I just was looking at the review of the YZ250X I did in 2016. It was a 2017 YZ250X. I just like pull it off my server, dropped it into a timeline here in Final Cut Pro, and I think I might just actually drop that in as my next video and be like, hey, look, it's the brand new YZ125. I mean, the YZ250X. Because nothing's changed on the bike, really. And I could just say the same thing over. And I've said that so many times in emails, and I think I'm just going to punk the internet now by having that be my next video. The review of the YZ250X. Since nothing has changed since the first time I did it. Anyway, watch for that. That'll be a little Easter egg for you guys. And now leave a single track.
For years, we've been clamoring for an alternative off-road racing bike to the KTMs and the Huskies and the Gases and the Betas, and now we have it. It's the YZ250X.
Remember when you were a kid and you got like the most awesome toy ever, and all you could think about day and night was that toy and how much you wanted to play with that thing?
That's been my experience with this Yamaha YZ250X. I've been astounded at how much I've loved riding this thing. The thing about the YZ250X is that it just inspires so much confidence, and it's so dang fun to ride.
Because you kind of steer into the corner with that rear wheel, and you're on the front brake and you're on the rear brake, and you skid that wheel around, and then boom, you dump the clutch and you give a fistful of throttle out the other side of the corner. And I'm giggling, and I swear I can tell that this bike is giggling with me. Anytime that you get a bike and it makes you really excited to go out and ride it, you know that's a very good thing.
This thing is so light and so playful and so agile that it just makes you want to go faster. And I was just at one with the machine. And isn't that what we're always looking for? Is a bike that can make us forget everything else, and it's just you and the motorcycle becoming one and melding in together and just attacking the trail and just conquering it. There have been times when I've been on this bike and I have felt as comfortable on this bike as I have on any bike.
I feel as good on this bike right now as I have ever felt on any bike. It is good. It is dang good.